The Embodied Listening Retreat draws on several powerful modalities: mindfulness meditation to relax mental holding patterns, Alexander technique to release physical holding patterns, and mindful focusing to access deeper feelings held in the body.
It's been quite a profound experience for me. So I think with Alexander and with focusing, the carryover is that it involved this tremendous trust in yourself that you were learning how to build.
I think it's very practical, and I really like practical things in life. It really is easily taken back into the world.
The feedback that I've received from teachers a lot, over and over again, is like less effort. My tendency is to strive.
Right.
Uh-huh. I've never had a teacher show me in the body.
I love to see people change, and it's so encouraging for me, and I feel like everyone has shifted in some way, and I really appreciate seeing that.
Embodied listening is the overview, and that's what's common to everything that we do. And within that, we spend most of our time working with three practices. The first being the practice of sitting meditation, or mindfulness awareness practice. Then with the Alexander technique, which is Hope's specialty, and she's a senior teacher, a teacher of teachers in the Alexander world. So it's a real privilege to be able to work with her and to experience Hope's hands, which are famous. And the third practice is mindful focusing and the felt sense, which has to do with the felt textures of our experience. We're going to be looking more specifically at different kinds of situations that come up in our lives, and getting in touch with those, or getting to know those, making friends with those through the quality of this inner felt sense.
So I think the thing that's so brilliant about Alexander's model is that it really works with this sort of non-doing aspect and circumventing the habitual tendency to push. Letting go of tension, letting go of lifting, allowing your nervous system to settle back. We're so used to reacting to what we notice in ourselves and trying to change and sort of tinker with ourselves. Like suck in the gut, or, pull up, or pin back, or all that stuff. And give you a sense of kind of almost over-straightening of your neck. Like we'll and then take a look at yourself. So can you kind of get the sense of overwork?
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a little tendency for you to go forward, and I noticed it all weekend. So let this soften, drop. There you go, yes. Right. That's great. So you're out of your habitual place for a moment, and just enjoy it for a moment, because the old thing will probably come back. So this is a kind of new experience, but I saw how much your legs released.
I can feel it.
Yeah, wonderful. With all that beautiful length of your spine, don't hold yourself with your rib cage. Soften, let your ribs off. Yeah, so that you get all this movement, and it's not about being a good little soldier as you meditate or anywhere else. You don't want to be a good little soldier, you just want to be yourself, right?
You can go as close as you like without touching. And sensing on both sides, how does it feel? How does it feel inside?
I was very fearful.
Fearful. Okay, now fear is an emotion word, but we know from your gesture that it was here. And what would be a more physical description? Is it?
Attention.
Tension.
Yes.
Yeah.
And pulling in.
Pulling in. And in this first pair, you're going to be just listening. to say anything. You have a warm, open, friendly attitude toward your focuser, but as I already said, you're not there to help them, to correct, to judge, even to be sympathetic.
I felt like I could listen like really fully. I felt totally comfortable.
No responsibility to fix or even react. And that allowed a pretty easy heart connection on my part.
So you could inquire very gently, what are you afraid of? Why do you want me to go away?
Feels denser and tighter.
Okay, so it reacts to that by getting denser and tighter, but you have to be willing to let it be there and be uncomfortable. So it may not want to be friendly to you, but you can be friendly to it.
So there's a kind of sense that you're oriented towards heaven and earth, and you're able to relate with your world. And now go back to your habitual pattern. Let yourself just go right into it from here. Notice again, like what just happened to your awareness of that. Okay. Make sense that you're pulling your head back. Yeah. Yeah. So there's some of that. So I would say that with that, I'll go with you. Yeah. Did anyone else feel that the space kind of opened up and you were able to
More expansive.
more expansive? Yeah.
I noticed the flower arrangements.
Yeah. I know. You've been here for 2 days.
The predominant feeling is just a sense of liberation. Somehow the practices in this program have allowed me to drop a veil. It's just a marvelous feeling.
Hope and David offered to give me the example again, of how powerful it can be to slow down, and to slow down in order to really go far.
Originally, my intention for this retreat was to find a way of communicating in a really mindful way to my husband. And yeah, what I've learned is that the benefits of being able to communicate in such a mindful, profound way to myself, which then adds that connection to everything in the world.
It's always very moving to me, and especially, I think I said it earlier, but the quality of courage, because this can be scary stuff, touching places in us that are difficult or unfamiliar, and that does seem to be so rare in the larger culture. So I feel like we're planting seeds of change.